Track 7.1, Unit 7, Listening 1.
Hello, everyone. Today, I'm going to talk about the fear of public speaking. First, I'll discuss 3 interesting facts about public speaking. Then, I'll provide 5 tips for facing this fear. At the end of my talk, I'll tell you where you can get more information on this topic. Let's get started. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. So, here are 3 facts about the fear of public speaking. The first one is that, according to some surveys, it is the biggest fear people have. It's even more common than the fear of dying. In fact, about 75% of people say they have this fear.
Have you ever had this fear?
Well, yes, I have. I gave a talk last year before a large group, and I felt very nervous. But I'm not nervous today, you know. The second fact is that men and women are affected equally. That may not be surprising, but what may be surprising is that men are more likely than women to find ways to deal with their fear. And third, having this fear can have a negative effect on your career if you don't do anything about it. It can even affect other aspects of your life. But there is good news. You can do something about it. Let's now look at some tips for facing this fear. There are several things you can do. 1. Start small. Find a few friends to practice with, and then practice again with a larger group. If you start small, you will begin to feel more confident.
So, how small should the group be?
Experts say the size of the audience makes no difference. When you actually do speak in public, just imagine the group is small. 2. Be prepared. Knowing your material will reduce your fear. If you don't know your material, you will be anxious and possibly get lost. Practice your presentation and time yourself. Also, have more material in case you finish early. I mean, not a lot, just a little extra. 3. Don't memorize everything. No one wants to hear a memorized speech.
Sorry, but what is wrong with memorizing?
I think it's kind of boring for the audience. It also shows you aren't confident. Remembering the main points and examples is enough. 4. Reduce stress. You see, for many, the minute just before you speak is the most fearful. Find what works for you. Close your eyes. Laugh. Try what some athletes do. They imagine a positive result and breathe deeply to reduce their stress. 5. Involve the audience.
And, how do you do that?
Well, for example, before you begin your presentation, talk to a few people in the audience. This shows you are friendly and relaxed. You might want to take questions from the audience during your presentation, too, like I'm doing now. Let me conclude by providing you with some additional information. There are a lot of resources out there for this kind of thing. You can find books on facing your fears in the local library or at any bookstore. I would recommend a book called Be Prepared, Be Confident by Dr. Ricardo Lopez.
Do you know when that book was published?
I'm sorry, but I don't have the answer to that. I'll try and find out. Now, does anyone else have any questions? Yes?
Yes. Why shouldn't someone memorize a presentation?
I think I've already answered that. No one wants to hear a memorized speech because it's, frankly, boring. It's okay to memorize the key points, but avoid